So let's be honest, anime is great. It's action-packed, emotional animation. This is a great balance of maturity and humor. But again, let's be very honest, those live-action adaptations of anime suck big balls. Big hairy balls, they suck. They're usually very bad and horrible. Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z are great stories of the apocalypse world where aliens, different species, and humans live among each other. And some have powers and some learn to achieve great powers, and it centers around an alien boy that has a monkey tail. And we see his journey until he's an adult. Then we get Dragon Ball Evolution, an absolute garbage on an absolute hot garbage on a super warm day. Hey, you like my wording? I'm trying something new. Wait, where are you going? But yeah, I could go on and on about how shit anime adaptations are. Even Japan, where anime was created, had Attack on Titan's live action adaptation that was apparently, I never seen it, apparently very boring. How the fuck do you make Giant Titans boring? God damn. But don't worry, child, there's one anime adaptation that is perfect live action anime. That has perfect intense action like anime. There's a lot of screaming like anime. Everything takes place on a green screen. No, yeah, the humor is corny like anime. That's right, I'm talking about the 2007 movie of the popular anime of a race car driver, Speed Racer. So you kids out there are asking, what the hell is Speed Racer? Well, let me tell you. The history course. I know you're like, well, it is summer vacation. By the way, I wrote the script of this video like around May. So, and now it's late June. I'm finally getting to it. So you guys are mostly on summer vacation, but this will be fun, y'all. And you know what? With school, let's be honest, history was the most fun topic. And stop your complaining and sit down and enjoy it. So Speed Racer was a I cannot speak English. Speed Racer was a comic from the 1950s, a Japanese comics, that turned to American cartoon from the 1960s that got popular in the States, and it got many rebooted animated series, comic books, etc. Then 1999 happened, and The Matrix was the biggest and most influential movie of all time. So even when the sequels had downfalls and disappointments, but hey, that didn't matter because the Wachowskis, however you say their last names, couldn't be touched. They to the studio, Warner Bros, was a saint to them. They were a saint. So they wanted to make a Speed Racer movie, and the studio said, yeah, right away. So they made the movie adapt. I cannot speak English today. I don't know if I'll cut this part out, but I am struggling. It's been so long since I recorded a video for you guys. Alright, let's take two. So they wanted to make a Speed Racer adaptation, and it was supposed to start a lot of people's careers, especially Emil Hirsch, but with the heavy marketing. But even with the heavy marketing, it was a financial failure. It ruined some people's careers. It did hurt Emil Hirsch's career. I mean, still, he really stars in movies that releases on VOD. It's pretty sad, but oh my god, this movie is kind of hard to watch because there's no real set. Everything is on a green screen. And I know you're saying everything takes place on a green screen, but this is... You're talking about the 2000s, 2020s CGI where they look real. I'm talking about 2007 CGI. So we're talking about 2007 graphics. Not graphics like a video game, but you know what I'm saying. It's 2007 CGI. So it's not going to look that great. But they had no choice because it's an anime adaptation. Anime takes place on so much different locations, intense action, where you would have to make it CGI. You couldn't do it practical. So it's hard to watch, but they really had no choice. But this movie's nothing like the original comics or animation. It's completely different. And I don't know why, because the story from the cartoon and the book is about a character named Speed Racer. Yes, that's his real name. It's anime. But he's a part of a family of racers. His father's a mechanic genius. His older brother was a race car driver that went missing. And when Speed got older, he became a speed racer. Speed Racer, that's his name. He became a race car driver too. He's got to deal with winning the races, and he's got to win corrupt. He's got to deal with corrupt car racers too that worked with the mafia. I know the anime is crazy too, but the live action movie deals with none of that. The only thing they have from the cartoon is the mafia. But what it reminds me of is when I was little, every time I got off of school, I would go to my grandma's house until my mom got off of work. And there was a TV channel I would watch that had old cartoons from the 1960s or even older to the 2000s. And it was the Boomerang channel. No, you haven't? Yeah, I'm getting old, okay? I just turned 21. But one of the cartoons that was on was called Wacky Races. Do you guys remember that? Like, I can't be the only one my age that remembers this show. Okay, anyway, it was crazy, and it was about mischievous characters racing each other, but trying to sabotage each other. And that's what Speed Racer 2007 movie is. They literally made a live-action Wacky Races. But even if it wasn't like the original version, this movie is so crazy and entertainable. I love the Speed Racer movie. So it begins with Speed Racer sitting in the locker room. He's nervous, shaking his legs, and he stands up and stares at this picture of his older brother. He closes the locker, and then it goes to its first of many flashbacks of when Speed was a kid and he is sitting in class, and they're taking a test, and Speed is very impulsive, and he keeps looking at the clock. Then he draws himself racing a car. The bell rings, and Speed is the first one to run out of there. And waiting outside is one, holy shit, the green screen, god damn, it looks like Who Framed Roger Rabbit. But two, it's his older brother Rex, waiting for Speed by his car, but no, not like any other car, nah. The Racer family doesn't drive normal cars. Nah, they drive race cars everywhere. So yeah, on their way home, yes, driving his race car, Speed keeps begging his brother to bring him to the racetrack. So they bring him to the racetrack to drive on the tracks, and then there is this really cool transition to Rex's car to the present day Speed's car racing, and Speed Racer is racing other cars, of course. And there's commentators saying Speed is so close to beating his brother's record, and as Speed is in first place about to beat the record, he stops his car. So he couldn't beat the record because he wants to make his brother proud. So then this is when the Wachowskis took PG-13 to its limit, because this movie was absolutely aimed for kids. I also think they take that too far too. This movie has a problem with balance of the tone. Sometimes it's way too mature, sometimes it's way too much for kids. There's a balance issue. Anyway, let me get back to the story. But this was when we got this huge bus driving on the road, and this, yes, yellow race car follows the bus, because you know everyone drives a race car, not like the losers. Or I got a better one, not like those losers who drive normal cars. I don't know what accent that was, but yeah. Let's get back to the story. But inside the bus, there's literally classic cartoon gangsters. And again, this is PG-13, meant for mostly kids. They're beating this Asian dude up, and he's bleeding a lot, and then the leader of the gangster makes the Asian dude put his hand in the piranha's tank if he doesn't tell him where his sister is. They want something from his family, because he's a part of a very rich family. And before the piranhas chew his hand off, there's a bullet flying everywhere from the yellow car. And the Asian guy gets free from the leader, and from the bullet, the tank gets hit, of course. So the leader tells one of his goons to put his finger in the hole to stop the water tank. Dum Dum does what he says, and yeah, those piranhas have a nice dinner. And the gangsters get sick of the shooting, so they throw the Asian dude out, and the man driving the yellow car drives up. Car catches the Asian dude on the car hood, and yes, this is the driver is Racer X. It's anime, dude. And yes, he's a race car driver who is also a spy. Yes, anime. So next at the racer. Yeah, it's just so weird calling the family Racer, because that's the last name. But at the Racer family house, guys, remember his last name is, yeah, like I said, Racer. You know, they wanted him to be made fun of. Hey, Speed Racer, go on, speed your way to I don't know. I literally just ruined my own joke. But hey, you know why I chose filmmaking instead of comedy. You know, now you know why. Damn, I literally destroyed my joke. Anyway, there's Pops, who's Speed's dad, the mom, and yeah, I forgot her name. I could just look it up, I'm lazy. And then there's his younger brother, Spike, and Spike has a friend who's, yeah, a chimp. No, I'm not joking. Again, guys, it's anime. Then I think, how was the actor not scared that the chimp wouldn't snap and tear his face off? Anyway, you should research of the accidents that happen when you have a real chimpanzee on camera. There's a lot of behind the scene killings with that. I'm not joking. Yeah, I'm getting off base. Let's get back to the movie. So yeah, so they're having breakfast, and the scene reminds me of a sitcom because just random people just keep entering the scene, like Speed's girlfriend, the family mechanic friend. So then this movie couldn't get any more weird. The family hears this loud sound from outside. Pop opens the door, and yeah, standing in front of their house is the rich British guy who got out of this purple helicopter. He acts over nice when he gushes over Speed's mom's pancake like they're freaking fucking. I mean, Jesus Christ. I can't show the clip because they'll ding me, but my god, it's so weird how he's acting it. He's like, oh my god, these pancakes are so delicious. I mean, these pancakes are to die for. Oh, that's how he literally acts with this scene. Anyway, so then Speed and his family go with this rich man, and they fly over the city that is very cyberpunk. Like, again, this was not from the original cartoon. Like, it doesn't matter, but I will say this city design is really cool. But since it's too much CG, it looks like a shot from a cartoon. So they get to this factory, and he shows them around the factory. But again, it turns to a wacky cartoon, like Spy Kids moment. I'm saying it gets crazy, like a man being shook on a chair going to the speed of light. So the rich man basically tries to manipulate Speed by giving him nice things, so he'll sign up to race for the rich man. Yes, the rich man is corrupt, and Speed is all pure and good. But so like I said, Pops basically spilt the truth to the rich guy, saying, yo, I don't trust you. And the rich guy lets it pass, but when Speed says no to the rich guy, his true colors come out because he's basically threatens Speed, tells him he'll ruin his life. Then the races start, and this is what makes this movie so good, because the car race scenes with the CG get to do cool stunts with the cars. But since I said this movie is basically a live action wacky races, yeah, the drivers try to sabotage the other racers and try to kill them. So at the end, with the final race of this tournament of champions, the race starts, and it's one of the coolest race scenes you'll ever see. and Speed makes it to the end and gets first place and finally beats his brother's record. Yeah, this movie does get too crazy sometimes, but that's what anime is. It's crazy, but it still has a great story. But what this was about was Speed trying to find himself. He's always been overshadowed by his brother, and he didn't mind because his brother was his hero, and Speed has no identity. But finally beating the record and letting go and finally moving on, Speed Racer finally found himself. Yes, guys, that is it. I'm fine with it. Yeah, it's been a while. I'm gonna be honest. I was just lazy and I just didn't want to record this video. And I was trying to. This video is not uploaded yet, but if you guys see it, YouTube didn't block it. So I tried new editing. As you're seeing now. So hopefully I don't get dinged and copyrighted. Anyway, you guys don't need to hear about that. You guys don't care about that. Thank you for being patient. My last video was a month ago. I think it was actually April was my last video, so it's almost 2 months. Holy shit. But I'm back, and I do have more videos down the line that I want to do, especially about the Flash movie that I love. But I want to talk about that. I want to talk about many other things that includes why people have a problem with the Flash movie with its actor. And I want to do a video on movie posters. So expect many videos down the line. I'm back. Yeah. I hope you enjoyed this because Speed Racer is a really great movie. Like I always say, never listen to the critics. Just watch the movie, and if you enjoy it, that means you had a good time watching it. So nothing else matters. And Speed Racer doesn't have the best reviews, but I don't care. I still love it because it's so crazy. It's amazing. Alright guys, I'll see you guys later. Make sure to subscribe because it's free and it's kind. Like the video because, like I said earlier, and you guys are awesome. Peace out. Yeah.